Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. And if you're new to my page, welcome. So yeah, we're gonna talk about feeling suicidal today, because a lot of people don't like talking about feeling suicidal and it makes people feel uncomfortable. So I'm trying to I'm wearing my pajamas and got Kermit here as well, to make you guys feel like in a comfortable place. Well, so it's a safe place. Like, if you want to express, hit the comments as well. And yeah, I'm just gonna give you a little my experience of being suicidal, and what I did when I was in that dark place, man. Because it's yeah, it's tough when you're there, man. It is tough, but I'll give you some insight to how I was and where I was at when I was suicidal. Okay, guys, I've written a lot down, so if I'm not looking at the camera and looking at you guys, just concentrate on Kermit, because I'm trying to yeah, break it all down for where I was at anyway. All right, so let's begin anyway, guys. Just before I even start, for them people that are suicidal, 1 second, I've written it down. You don't need to feel like you need to find yourself, or you ain't being successful and this and that, and because that doesn't matter at all. Yeah, you're important and you matter. There's only one you in this world. There's no other you, and you count. Even if you don't think it right now, you count and you matter, and there's people that love you. Okay, just before we even get started. Okay, so what triggered me being suicidal was when I broke up with my kid's mum. I don't know why, I just took it. I don't know. Yeah, I just took it rough. I just took it hard, man. So then yeah, the breakup triggered me being suicidal. So then obviously that brought up a lot of emotional pain, and triggered more triggered me more, should I say, because I already had depression and anxiety, and then that just added to it. So that was like another thing added as well. So yeah, that was tough, trying to having anxiety, suicidal depression, and then trying to deal with a breakup. Yeah, it's a lot for the body to handle, and you basically go in it's like shock to the system. Like, your body don't know how to process what's going on, so you automatically shut down, should I say, and you start to feel numb. And sorry, when you're actually numb, you're actually feeling a lot. You're feeling so much that you don't know how to process it, so you kind of numb it out, or your mind decides to numb it out. For me, that was for me anyway. What's it? Okay, so then yeah, that triggered my mental health more, should I say. So then, as a coping mechanism, I started self-harming. I used to self-harm when I was young for some reason. I don't know why. Not self-harming, I used to just scratch myself with a coin. But then when I was actually suicidal, yeah, I started to cut, should I say. But it wasn't to commit suicide, it was to actually feel, should I say. So I was using it as a coping mechanism. So if you're self-harming for coping mechanisms, I'm not saying I would recommend it, but it's a survival tactic, because you're trying to survive right now. Your body is going through a lot, and you're just trying to survive. You're in full survival mode right now. But if you're trying to cut yourself, self-harm intentionally to commit suicide, then yeah, I would definitely recommend reaching out to someone and telling someone, friends, family, yeah, because that's quite severe. That is severe, and yeah, you don't want to do that, man. So yeah, I used to self-harm, and then I used to self-harm, and then when I was in that kind of state, I felt like nothing mattered. Like, I didn't matter. Friends, family, none of that mattered. Even my kids, like, I just thought they was just better off without me, man. Where I was at. So yeah, nothing mattered at all. Nothing mattered at all. Yeah, so up to the run up to feeling suicidal, I tried to overdose on a few occasions. Yeah, a few occasions, maybe 3 or 4 occasions. So yeah, I tried that, and then I was still self-harming in the whole process, the whole throughout. But then what I did, sorry, another thing to remember is you need to focus like here and now, basically, because time is, when you're in that suicidal space, that time is very different. Like, thinking of the future is just gonna, it's just gonna bring you down even more, and then obviously you're gonna be bringing, the past is going to be coming up for you, for me anyway. So I was dealing with that and then trying to think of the future, and then yeah, it was just breaking me down even more, man. So you need to try to think about, I don't know, concentrate on the right here and now. So yeah, surviving the next 30 seconds, and then just see it as that, like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink, and then see it as that, please. Because yeah, yeah, mine was rough. When I was in that space, it was rough, man. Yeah, I just focused all on the pain. Like, I was just in it, like, fully. Like, they weren't like, yeah, I was just in it. I was just sitting with it, not trying to process it. I was just there in it. Yeah, so that's what led me to overdosing, the breakup. So the emotional pain and the mental, not being able to cope mentally, and then that brought on me trying to overdose. But yeah, I'll just give you some information, not information, I just wrote down what I did during that time. So being in that kind of suicidal state, mind state should I say, I went through a period of not eating at all. Like, I just weren't interested in food. Not interested in food. I think I drunk rarely. My sleeping pattern was horrific. I couldn't sleep. And so what I used to do was I used to watch films about like mental illnesses and suicide, because I thought no one else could kind of relate. So there's films out there, not saying to, yes, act on what you see in the films, but I used it as to kind of, okay, yeah, I'm not the only one who's been suicidal or is going to be suicidal, and I want to watch something that I can kind of relate to a certain degree. So that helped watching, I don't know, I was watching films back to back. So yeah, that really helped. And let people know that you're feeling suicidal. Me, because I'm a loud person, I had it plastered all over me. Like, my wrist, you could see my wrists and everything. Like, I just didn't care at this point in time. So let people know. And so they can kind of watch you. If you're keeping it to yourself, people ain't going to be aware, and people need to be aware, because you're in a very dark place and you need help. Like, it's okay, I'm not one to ask for help. I'll rather die than ask for help, but when I'm in that place, you need help. Like, yeah, you need a support network around you, friends, family, and to if you're in the UK, you need to get in contact with the crisis team and Samaritans, because I was under Dartmouth Park mental health unit or something like that. They was going to section me, but they didn't. Yeah, so then they ended up coming to check on me like every few days or so. Yeah, and because I don't drink alcohol was the first thing that I was looking to turn to, but I didn't. Yeah, because alcohol, that would, because I used to have a drinking problem, alcohol would increase that even more, to then act on it even more. So try to avoid alcohol right now. Yeah, so you let your friends and people know. Okay. Yeah, so when I was in that period of time, should I say, because I'm running out of time on this thing, and I don't want you guys to feel rushed, I might have to split in two, I don't know yet. So me being suicidal and in that dark, it's like despair, hopelessness, all of that, I was there for about a year or so. It sounds like a long time, but you can make it. You've got this. It shall pass. My mum always used to tell me when I was in that dark place, this too shall pass, and it does pass, man. You just gotta hold on, even to the little things that keep you going. Like, just if you want to bum out and just sit on the couch and just vegetable it out, do that. You don't have to entertain nobody. This is just for you. This is your own journey. No one else is involved right now. This is just you. So if you want to veg out, do that. Don't feel that you need to entertain anything right now, because you need to put yourself first right now. So yeah, mine lasted for about a year, and then I'm not saying I weren't happy or anything, but I weren't in that as dark place. So it was still on my mind to us being overdosing and stuff again. And then I wasn't in such a dark place, but I used to kind of jump in and jump back out of that dark place, and then I used to start self-harming to deal with that emotional pain, should I say, because being suicidal, your emotions, they're on high alert and your brain can't process what's happening, so it's like shock to the system, man. But then that also brought up, being suicidal brought up, it was like a whole life review. So I was looking at my whole life, because then you go back and then into the forward, and yeah, you're jumping from past to future. So that's why I recommend trying to just concentrate on where you're at. And again, like I was saying, you matter. Like, there's only one you. Yeah, you matter. You don't know how much you matter. You might not be able to see it now, but I swear to God, there's people that love you out there. Friends, family, even if you got animals, strangers, like, people love you, man. You're a loved person. So don't, like, it's just where you're at. It's okay. Like, I've been there. Yeah, so you matter. But yeah. But now looking back, that was my my dark night of the soul, because I've been in a dark place for a few years now, in and out kind of thing. But then that was a dark night of the soul that brought up so much for me. It just threw me over the edge. But then when so after I kind of come round and kind of found my feet again, yeah, I wasn't the same person, and it's an ego death. That part of me that I don't know, when I tried to commit suicide with overdosing, there was a part of me that didn't come back. Like, that part of me was just gone. And I don't know, that was like being rebellious. Not rebellious, I'm still rebellious, but holding grudges and all this. Like, man, I was so vexed, and now that's like, that part of me is just gone. Like, I just go with the flow, man. And don't be too hard on yourself, because yeah, it's a dark night of the soul, and it's just pushing you to kind of have a little life review and then make little changes, should I say. But yeah, that was definitely an ego death for me, because afterwards my whole aura changed, my whole swag. I weren't thinking this road kind of mentality no more. So then that was basically my rebirth, man. Like, after that, I haven't been the same since. But yeah, that's basically kind of my experience, man. But it will pass. You just have to it's not even I can't even say stay strong, because yeah, I wasn't strong at all. Like, yeah, I crumbled. Like, yeah, and I'm solid. If you know me, you know I'm solid. But yeah, I crumbled. Like, I was on my knees. Everything, had panic attacks. Yeah, it was just wild. But yeah, it will pass. It will pass. And please, 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 if you're feeling suicidal, let people know and reach out. Don't think you need to do it all on your own, because yeah, it's a very serious topic, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it. And don't feel away for feeling how you feel, because you're only human. When I was thinking, like, why am I feeling like this? Like, you're only human, man. Like, and your experience is your experience. No one else can relate to it. So doesn't matter how minor the situation is that's triggered you, that's your experience. So you need to take care of yourself and talk to friends, family, have a network, talk to people online. Because when I was suicidal, I was on one website, a suicidal website, and I met some amazing people, and they saved me, man, because we was all in the same boat. And we was talking about coping strategies and everything, man. But there's stuff online. Do your research, please. Hope the video helped, and if you guys like the video, you guys know what to do. This video is always for you guys, but this video is yeah, at you guys who's in that dark space right now. And yeah, hit the comments if you're feeling suicidal or anything as well, and yeah, I'll hit you up with a message and help you try from what I've been through. I can try and give you advice the best I can anyway, man. But I love you guys. Peace, love and light, guys. All right.